Happy Monday. Really happy to be here today. What I want to talk about is goals. When you're not clear on your goals, it's going to be really hard for you to have an extraordinary and successful year. So we're halfway January, and I realize that still a lot of people haven't really set up their goals. Why is that? It's usually because they don't have clarity. They don't really know what it is to the vision that they want to have and where they want to go. Actually, this weekend I was in Marrakesh with a whole group of people. We were about 32 in a mastermind for real estate because I want to invest more and more in real estate because that's part of how I want to get my wealth growing. And this group of people was a mix of people that already have millions of investment in real estate and others that are just starting, a little bit like me. And when you see the kind of knowledge that there is in the room, it's really extraordinary. I really would suggest and think of being surrounded by the right people because that will help you to get that clarity and that vision as well. Why I'm telling this is because when we were talking about our goals and what we wanted to achieve in the next 5 years, it struck to me that most of those people sitting in that room had clarity already in what they want to achieve and very precise. Lucky enough, I was part of it, but I wouldn't have had this clarity if I didn't go through my coaching, if I didn't have Grant in my life who was helping me to think big and to help me get the goals there. Because what I want to take the attention for you to is that there are three things that you have to keep in mind. The first one are the things that you have to do. The first one is that you have to think about your vision. That's, let's say, an easy thing to do if you have a little bit of an idea of where you want to go. And if not, I can help you. That's what I do in my immersion days. It's 2 days that I immerse you in really where you want to go, because sometimes it's very hard for yourself to get that clarity. But what I do usually, I look at what your average goals are for now, so that you have already an idea of what they are, but they're not very ambitious. They don't really motivate you, maybe. And then we look at those and we multiply them by 10. We look at what they can be if you would think about them by multiplying them by 10. So not everything is multipliable, but for most of it, it is. So I just want to make sure that you're getting that mindset of thinking big, because thinking big will help you to get better actions as well. It's the whole philosophy of what I'm doing with the butterfly principle. But here in this case, I just want to get you to do an exercise. Sit down and write down your actions and feel those actions. Feel if those actions are motivating you, are giving you that impression that you want to do everything you can to get there. Because if it's not, it probably means that they're not big enough. If your goals don't scare you, it's because they're not big enough. So you have to think about those as like it would almost scare you, like, oh my God, what will I do if I have to go through those goals? Because like I did last week with a client, when we went through the 10x exercise, so it's you set actually your goals on the 7 aspects of your life. She's an entrepreneur already for more than 20 years. And she realized while she was doing this exercise, and I told her, I said, take your revenue now. Revenue was about 45,000 a year. I said, take that revenue now and do this times 10. So in 5 years' time, you should be able to do 450,000 euros a year. And she was like, oh my God, I will never be able to do that. I said, okay, well, let's look at the exercise from a different perspective. You go back, you have the 450,000, and we'll break this down to what it is on a daily basis. And then she realized, because we looked at as well how many clients that meant to have and how she could get there. And then she realized that actually it was not unrealistic, but it was giving her that feeling of extraordinary. And that extraordinary, it's so important. Those two words are really important. You're not just ordinary. You just don't want to have the ordinary goals, because that's going to give you average output as well. So if the input is average, the output will be average as well. But if you put that word extra in front of it, it means that you're going to have extra ambition, extra motivation, extra efforts, and extra clients that you will get as well to it. So honestly, I have tested this several times. If I don't have the goals, if I don't have the clarity, if they're not big enough, my actions are not following that course. But because I have set myself the actions to a level that is times 10, only from that perspective, I will multiply my actions and my visibility and the things that I want to do as well to it. I would have never gone to a mastermind with 30 people in Marrakesh and for the rest of the year, where every Saturday, half a day, I will spend my time with this group of people to get my wealth growing in real estate. I would have never done that if I didn't set myself the big goals, if I didn't have that ambition of willing to grow and getting to a place where everything is almost possible. And when I put the almost in between, obviously there are things that you could get, everything is possible. But I put almost because the almost is only for those that are feeling that, they want to get big, but maybe not that big as what they think they could do. And that's probably because your actions and your limiting beliefs are keeping you from doing it. But I've noticed for many people, and again, I'm just mentioning this group as an example of investors, there are young people in there. They have the ambition, they have no limiting beliefs, they're not afraid. And in 5 years' time, they have built a multi-million business in real estate. Now, from my perspective, everything you want to achieve is possible if you get surrounded by the right people, if you get the tools that you need, if you get the right mindset to get there. And that's where I want to push you and encourage you to think big in that extraordinary field. You are not just ordinary, you are extraordinary. You have the potential to be there. But get you somebody to help you. Like myself, I'm here to help you think big and to get you in a place where you can take massive action. And that's the 10x rule within my butterfly principle. So I put a link down in the chat here so that you can see a little bit more of what I'm doing. And if that's of any interest of you, then obviously you can get in touch with me. But for now, like this, share it so that people can see as well that thinking big will only get you to extraordinary results. Okay? Have a great Monday and speak to you next week. Bye.